Welcome everyone, this is Marcia. We are going to do another upcycled jewelry project this week. I have some pieces that we're going to work with. All of these pieces came out of a jewelry jar which I opened on my other channel, our vintage store. So if you're not familiar with that channel, there's a link below. You might want to go check it out. Then you'll see where we get all this stuff to repurpose. I think this is going to be a very simple project, just some change outs. I think all I'm going to need is a couple pair of pliers to open and close jump rings. And it should be fairly simple. We'll find out. Oh my. Sometimes what you think the simplest projects turn out to be the most difficult. But anyway, we're going to be working with this pendant. It's Millefiori, the Million Flowers. It's a glass pendant. This is the necklace. Nothing wrong with this necklace, really. All we have to do is add something, or take this ring off and add something else, or just add something to the ring. There's no clasp on this necklace, but it is rather long. So, too long for my liking. So we're going to cut it down a little bit. I also have a couple of extenders, which if you've watched my other channel, you know I am not a big fan of these rather poorly made extenders. But I have a couple of these because we'll be changing this out for a lobster claw clasp. And the clasp is in good condition, so we'll use that, and I have a couple jump rings to add. So let's start by cutting down the chain. Well, I don't know if we'll be doing any cutting, but we'll downsize the chain. And I am thinking 22 to 24 inches should do it. Okay. Well, these are the two. Let's start with one side. We're going to open up this jump ring by putting our pliers one on either side of that slit. You can see that slit. And we're going to twist it. I usually take my right hand, which is my dominant hand, and I pull it toward myself. And that will open up the jump ring. And we take that off. Now, before I close that up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this ring on here. We're going to get rid of the chain, but I didn't want to let go of that one side of the jump ring, so. And I heard it click, but it's not closed. Okay, well, we've got that ring on there. Let's see, do I need to? Oops. I don't know if this has an opening in it, or we might have to cut it. I think I see an opening. Nope, that's not an opening, so we might need to snip this off. Nope. I didn't expect that, so let me get my wire cutters. Or what I could have done, let me see, where am I? If you don't have the wire cutters, before I close this up, I could have just taken this off. But since I have that closed already, I don't want to keep working it. So I'm just going to open that up. We'll throw that away. There's a tiny jump ring on this side. Oh, I'm going to have to open that up anyway. What was I thinking? I gotta put the clasp on there. Or I can just put the clasp on the other side. Okay. So we've got that chain. What did I do with that other piece? Get rid of those. You know, this is just, I don't know. I guess I won't throw that away just yet. It may be suitable for maybe an earring to hang something off of. We're going to need this other jump ring, the one on this other extender. And I'm going to do the same thing. Take that off. This will go on here. I'm not going to close this up just yet because I need to put it on the other side of my chain, which I have not taken off of the length yet. Alrighty, well, we've got this one side. And what I can do is, don't even need a ruler for this. We'll just measure it. And this is the one right here that we need to open up. And we'll close this back up. Sometimes you have to, I guess that's okay. Sometimes you have to, as you're putting it back together, you wiggle it. Sometimes it separates a little bit and you want to get it touching. So that's what you do. And now we'll put this jump ring with the lobster claw clasp on this side and close it back up. So now we have a smaller necklace with a closure. And that looks pretty good. I like that. And then we have this length of chain, which we will use on another project, and I already have a project in mind for that. So let's move on to the pendant. Hopefully this will open. Yeah, it does. Sometimes these larger jump rings are so heavy, you meet a lot of resistance trying to get them open. So hopefully, you need to open up a little bit more. Hopefully this will fit. Yes. And then we close it back up the same way. And this is what I'm talking about. See, you wiggle it a little bit to get that closed. That's still a little bit of gap in there. Don't want to be too aggressive because I don't want to put a whole lot of marks on the metal. It's a little better, which I think we might just have to leave. That works. That's good. So there you go. That was pretty simple, yes? So we've actually taken several pieces and turned it into one wearable. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the extenders, but some of them do have nice jump rings and clasp on them. So you can always repurpose those. So there you have it. One very simple exchange. And if I had thought about it beforehand, I would not have even needed the wire cutters. My jump ring was open. I could have taken it right off the chain of the extender. But how simple. That is so simple. And that is very pretty. It should, I'm actually wearing a blue top today. I might throw that on and see how it looks. But I hope you've enjoyed this simple recycling project. I hope it inspires you to look through some of the pieces you have and say, well, I didn't like it like that, but if I take that off and put that on, maybe I will. So go out there and get creative. I'm going to go try this on. And I'll see you hopefully next week with another project. Maybe incorporating this chain, maybe not. We'll see. So until that next video, I hope you all take care. Until then, bye-bye.